Thanks for joining us. 5 and 5 covers 5 news items of the day in 5 minutes. The clock is ticking, so let's get started. 1. Former CIA Director John Brennan has his security clearance revoked by President Trump. In a statement read by Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, the president said,
Mr. Brennan's line and recent conduct, characterized by increasingly frenzied commentary, is wholly inconsistent with access to the nation's most closely held secrets and facilities, the very aim of our adversaries, which is to sow division and chaos.
The biggest issue with Brennan is his honesty regarding the FISA warrant obtained to spy on the Trump campaign and his possible monetization of his security clearance. Meanwhile, Trump opponents are saying this action is retaliation against Brennan for being a critic of President Trump. Here are some things to consider. First, according to clearancejobs.com, depending on your branch and level of clearance, the average compensation ranges between $80,000 to $115,000 a year, which is roughly $10,000 to $30,000 more than what you would have received with just experience and a degree. Second, in 2017, the General Accountability Office issued a report in their high-ranking series noting that security clearances pose a high risk for the United States because so many people have them. Third, it's highly probable that the John Peter Strosek mentions in his texts to his lover Lisa Page refers to John Brennan. Fourth, in July of 2016, Brennan floated the Russian election meddling to help Trump story to then Senator Harry Reid. After immense pressure from Brennan, Reid wrote to Jim Comey that there was evidence of meddling and that an investigation should take place. In essence, John Brennan colluded with other bad actors to damage Trump's campaign, and since he used federal personnel and through misrepresentation defrauded the FISA court to influence an election, that's a felony. 2. Horrific details of child sexual abuse and a decades-long cover-up out of Pennsylvania. The state's grand jury report covers 6 Roman Catholic dioceses within Pennsylvania. The 900-page report describes abuse by clergy of girls and boys dating back to the 1940s. It is believed the number of victims are in the thousands because many fear coming forward. We'll have an extensive presentation on this. Keep an eye out for the special report from Red Court. Also something to consider, this issue is not relegated to Pennsylvania alone. Some priests were assigned to other dioceses across the country, one as far as Hawaii to the Honolulu Diocese. 3. An update to a story we reported a week ago. A judge has granted bail for the 5 people accused of training children to commit acts of terror in Taos County, New Mexico. One of the adults arrested, Janie LaVille, also known as Miriam, has been transferred to the custody of the U.S. Citizen and Immigration Services. USCIS handles immigration cases. Kitchen Table Media previously reported that one of the men, Siraj Rahaj Jr., has ties to a Muslim imam in New York. Seems that everyone within the Taos compound in New Mexico, adults and children, are related to Imam Wahaj. Furthermore, Miriam LaVille, who is also Wahaj Jr.'s wife, used to work as a secretary at his father's mosque in New York. 4. A huge win for Monsanto whistleblowers. A San Francisco jury found the chem giant liable for poisoning a California school groundskeeper, Dwayne Johnson. Johnson had used Monsanto's herbicide, which includes glyphosate, 20+ times a year. He's dying of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The jury found Monsanto had acted with malice because they knew for decades that glyphosate causes cancer. The company must pay out $289 million in punitive and actual damages. Word of the decision affected Monsanto's parent company, Bayer, when the markets opened on Monday. Bayer stock lost roughly $14 billion in value. Analysts say Bayer is in for a, quote, litigious headache as Monsanto faces over 5,000 similar suits over the deadly effects of glyphosate. In other glyphosate news, traces of the herbicide are turning up on most oat-based foods. Check your pantry. A recent report named over 20 products that tested for high amounts of glyphosate. The top offenders: Quaker Steel-Cut Oats, Quaker Old-Fashioned Oats, Nature Valley Crunchy Granola Bars, Lucky Charms, and Cheerios. 5. As if we needed another reason to ask for a paper ballot the next time we're at the polls. During a DEF CON hackathon contest, 11-year-old Emmett Brewer was able to bypass security measures and crawl into a replica of Florida's state election website in under 10 minutes. While we here at Kitchen Table Media congratulate Emmett and say, well done, young man, we are also a little twitchy. Our voting system hacked by an 11-year-old in 10 minutes. Now might be a good time to ask for that paper ballot. And that's the 5 and 5 for August 16th, 2018. Be sure to further your own research by following the links in the description. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.